Hello everyone, today we will be doing the Canadian Computing Contest 2025 Junior 3. And let's take a look at the question. So I am being hired as a code cleaning crew to help update the code. And we will be given a stream. And then our job is to remove all the lowercase letters and keeping all the uppercase letters, and then adding all the integers to form a large integer to get a sum. And we will also be giving multiple strings, so the input looks like this. Yes, so we are giving two jobs. So the first one is we need to remove all the lowercase letters. And the second one is that we need to count the sum of the numbers existed in the string. So as you can see, I have already typed in some code inside the compiler. So include the string to unlock some string functions. And also I type all the lowercase letters and the number of that presents a digit. And let's begin. So we will be declaring our variable outside because we are later to use a function. So first thing first, we're gonna declare the name of the string. std string. And the string that we are going to modify is called test. And the second one that we will be using to modify it, but not actually modified it, is called the copy. Okay, very easy to understand. And also we will be declaring a temporary number to collect the sum of the string. And then we're gonna have a int counter to be our total sum equals to 0. And let's begin with building the function that doing those two tasks, remove all the lowercases and also adding all the numbers. Let's begin with removing all the lowercases. So stdcin, let's take the string and make a copy. Copy equals to test, and we're gonna loop through the string. Int I equals 0, int copy dot size and I plus plus. And we're gonna declare another variable to be our character here. So char letter. Okay. And the letter equals to so the letter equals to the copy, and I, that's going to be the letter we are going to testing. And then we're gonna test that if this is a lowercase letter. So we're gonna loop through the lowercase string for int j equals to 0. J is less than lower dot size and j plus plus. We're gonna loop through the lowercase string, and I know there's a function called is upper and is lower to just test if this is a upper or lowercase letter, but I'm just going to loop through the string. So if letter equals to lower door, is lower j. Then we're gonna... So if this is true, that it is actually a lowercase letter, we're gonna remove the letter from the original string. So test.erase, and we're gonna find the position of that letter. So test.find, and letter is what we are looking for. And then we gonna remove only one letter, so 1 over here. Okay, it should be good. And we can just first test it and see if this is actually working or not. stdcl test std end of the line. Okay, it doesn't work. It says primary expression. Oh, because I forgot to close the bracket. Sorry. Okay, another error. So before I is taken, primary expression. Oh, I forgot. So this should be double equal sign. My bad. So okay, it's still not working. Okay, fine. Primary expression. Okay, we are good now. So let's type a string that has some lowercase and uppercase. Okay, we are getting it. Let's test it again. Okay, it's working perfectly. Good. So the next thing we are going to do is to we are going to calculate the sum of the numbers that existed in the string. So similarly like this, we are going to do a for loop and loop through all the numbers that's possible. So for int j equals 0, j is less than digit dot size, and j plus plus, and if letter equals to the digit at the position j. So remember, we declare a temporary number variable to collect our numbers in the string. So temporary number plus or equals to digit to the letter. Okay. And it should be collecting all the numbers. We can also test that. Let's see if that's actually working or not. Testing temporary number. Let's type 120 and 088. Okay, we are getting the number. Good. So okay, so next we're gonna find to use a trigger to actually do the adding work and getting a sum. So we're gonna declare a function outside. So and this is going to, okay, so this function is not going to return any value, so void add. Let's just call this adding. And counter equals 0. Good. So whenever this function is triggered, we're gonna add the number to the counter. So plus or equals to the so this is the function to convert a string to an integer std and then bracket and put our temporary number inside. And that's how we gonna add our number to the sum. But we need to now working on when is this going to trigger. So it should be triggering when this is a lowercase, uppercase, or a negative sign. That's the three conditions that's going to trigger. So here we're gonna. So this is the testing for lowercase letter, and at the end we're gonna add, calling our function, and break to escape this loop. If we already discover that this is already a lowercase letter, we don't need to iterate through the rest of the string. And this is for testing for digits. Okay, and then we're gonna lowercase at the end. Okay, we're gonna later come back to working on the negative sign because that's a kind of special cases. So add here. Okay, in case to avoid some of the error that we might facing, let's say if our temporary number is like a empty string, we don't want to trigger. So to avoid this kind of bugs from happening, so we add an if statement. So if the temporary number is not an empty string, then this is going to trigger. Okay, looking good. And let's testing our code. Oh wait, okay, I forgot. After that we're gonna set our temporary number to a empty string again, because we don't want to keep the number from the last time we add the number. Yeah. So we declare that this is empty now. Okay, oops, arrow. So this is not declared. Does not have a type. Okay, interesting. Line 15. So this is okay. This is not. Okay, so does not name. This does not name a type. Okay. Okay, welcome back everybody. I find out that the error I'm getting is because I'm just messing around with those bracket, and it's now gone. So let's get back to our business. So let's testing if this is actually working or not. And we should be getting an output of for our output of 140. Let's see if this is working. Oh, did I? Okay, did I? Oh, so, okay, now we should be printing our counter. And after the end of the looping through the stream, we should also have an add over here. So let's see if this is working. Okay, semicolon, yes. Okay, 10, 20, it should give us a 30. Okay, it gives us a 3. Okay, interesting for some reason. Okay, I guess okay, let's after we discover that what type of character it is, it's a letter or is this a number, I think we should just skip the current loop in case of something is going wrong. So let's do that. So declare a Boolean value and we're gonna call this skip, and the default of skip, it should be false. We are not skipping. Yeah. And then we're gonna, okay, let's do this. So skip equals to false. And then if we discover this is true, and then we're gonna make the skip equals to true, and then digits skip equals to true, and because we are adding this because we don't want to check again what the type of character it is after discovery what kind of character this is. We don't want to repeat that, and that's why we are getting the error, because I put a adding function at the end and this is not skipping, so that's why we are getting the error. So we're gonna make if skip equals to true. At each of the section, we're gonna continue our loop through the next character. So we're gonna do every one of them. Okay, now I think we should be fine. Okay, let's test it. It should give us an output of 20. Let's see. Okay, 0. Interesting. Is this not triggering? Plus or equal. Okay, we are back. It turns out I'm an idiot. I should put the skip equal to false inside the loop of the letters. I should not put it outside at the beginning. Then what's the point of this, right? It turns out I'm a totally idiot. Okay, let's test it. And this should be working now. Okay, so we should be getting an output of 302. Okay, that's very good. And we also need to now remove all the digits because we don't want to, because we are not going to output the number, that's the string. We're just going to output the sum at the end. So we're gonna copy the code of this, erase, and if we find this a digit, we also do the same thing here. So, and break to save some time. And let's see if we remove the digits. Let's see. 10 and 10 here. 20, yeah. Now we only have capital letters left, which is very good. And now we're gonna working on the negative sign, which is a little bit special. So, yes, over here. So just above the lowercase letters. So sign, negative. Okay, so if letter equals to a negative sign, okay, bracket, close it. And okay, we're gonna declare another variable called negative in the Boolean. So what it does is going to, if we check if this is going to be negative number or not, if it is, we are going to minus the number instead of adding. So negative equals to true. And a negative sign could also as a trigger of the adding function. So add here. Okay, so true. Okay. And then we're gonna make the skip equals to true. Yes. And copy this. Okay. And we're gonna modify our adding function a little bit. So if negative equals to false, we're gonna add a number. Okay, else, if this is true, what we're gonna do is counter minus equal our temporary number. So here, I think it should be working. So let's see. Let's get -5 and some random letter and then a +10 at the end. We should get an output of 5. Okay, output of -15. Okay, I forgot to set it back. So at the end, you should set this back to false. Negative equals to false. Don't forget, like me. Yeah. And it should be working now. Okay, we get 5. That's good. Oh, we also need to remove the negative sign because we should not be outputting that. So let's copy this erase function here again. And so skip, okay, here. Let's go here. So it should be working. It should give us an output of 10. Yes, perfect. And then now we don't have the negative sign, which is very good. And then since the problem contains multiple streams, so we're gonna declare another int to be counting how many strings they want. So just type A, that's okay. And so the first one is going to be the how many string we have, stdcin, and we're gonna make another for loop. So let's call this q. So int q equals to 0 and the q is less than a and the q plus plus. And then we're gonna close it at here. And at the end, we're gonna set our counter to 0. Don't forget that. And I don't think there is anything else we need to modify except this counter. And it should be good, I think. Oh, semicolon. Yes, this is what happens. And let's see. So let's see 2 strings and just typing some random things and -5. Okay, 5. Yeah, that's true. 5 and JS. Yes, good. And and 38. Okay, yes, sir. And 38. Yeah, perfect. And now we just going to combine our test and the counter together. We're gonna put the sum at the end of the stream. So test adding std stoi. No, we are converting an integer to a string, so std to string, and this one here, counter. Okay, I think it should be good. -5. Ooh. D5, yeah, good. So let's see. I think it should be working. And let's submit our code now. So switch the language setting and okay, we get error, but we get the point. All right, that's all for today.